I have to be able to serve people. And my prayer every single day is, dear Lord, give me the wisdom to do the things you put me on this earth to do in a way that pleases you and serves others. So as
Welcome
long as
to
I
Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and wisdom of how they sold their first million.
And this
yeah,
is this is what happened, when you start in the business, because you do have your friends. And then I remember when I started my first business, I went out with my friends, and everybody talking about the job, everybody talking about what they're doing, and then I go there and I talk about my business, and nobody cares.
yep.
Nobody want to listen. Nobody cares. You get this guy's crazy. What you doing? Why you should get back on your job? And then also my parents, they are not entrepreneurs. They are teachers, right? So again, what you doing? You crazy? Why you don't find a job? You have a university degree. Go and find a job. So you find this in the environment, and then I realized soon that wow, I gonna lose my friends. I cannot hang out with those friends anymore. They actually they don't even care when they're not even listening. I just go there, drink a bit with them, make crack some jokes, but they don't even care. So, and at the first 2 years was a little bit lonely process because I didn't know anybody down a business, and I have to struggle and learn everything by myself. And I was thinking, remember back on the day, well, I gonna end up without friends. So I don't have where I gonna find these friends. And you see now this broadcast, we have over 500 million is coming to this broadcast. Now all my friends are entrepreneurs, right? Is the most of the people that I spend my time surrounded with. But back on the day, oh my God, I thought I was gonna be lonely my whole life. I think my family doesn't understand me, my friend doesn't understand me. I tell them what I'm gonna do, and they thinking I'm joking. And I think that if you go to a group of entrepreneurs and you say the same statement, I'm gonna make a million in a year, right? And you go back after 1 year and you say, well, I couldn't make it. You're gonna find different reaction. You're gonna find that people with their, hey Brian, how can I help you? What happened? Tell me a little bit more. What happened? What happened with that goal? What was it? It was marketing. Was this? Tell me more. They're gonna be inclined to hear what you need support, and because they also been there, so they understand 100% what is your pain. They understand that this goal setting also happened to them, and they understand that if they can be a contribution for you, they're there to help. So the entrepreneurs, we have to support each other, because unfortunately we only are 2% of the population. We need to handle more pressure than anybody else in this planet. When we go out there, we are like, nobody want to know anything about us. You go to the bank, what, you're a mortgage broker? Yeah. So you know what I mean. When you go to the bank to ask for a mortgage, if you're an entrepreneur, bank doesn't want to hear about you. You're a huge risk. They give the mortgage to my employees easier. So the so you, as an entrepreneur, you're a big risk. You're this entity, but in the end of the day, you're responsible for your employees, you're responsible for your business, you're responsible for your family. You're responsible. You need to handle more pressure that most of the people out there. And then when you go there and you want to share what are your problems and your goals and when things are not working, I'm sorry, but if your parents have been an entrepreneur, or your cousins or your friends or whatever, it's gonna be very difficult for them to understand what you're going through. Whether other entrepreneur, they know what you're talking about, they can feel the pain, and they can be a contribution. So how you made this transition, and how do you find new friends? For me, was tough. I
Yeah,
find them
no,
finally. Took me 17 years though. Yeah.
oh my gosh, yeah, you're right. It's like well, first you got to realize that your friends that you thought were your friends are not truly your friends. Because if they were, they would be encouraging, they would be lifting you up, they would be moving forward with you. They would,
Regardless, that sound crazy.
yeah, and
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. I mean, for let's say it takes you 10 years to hit that $1 million. You're going to live for 10 years anyways. What else are you going to do? So you might as well work on the stuff that you want to work on to be able to do that. And then what begins to happen is once you start getting mentors, when you start getting people, you start attending personal development stuff, you start talking to people that are doing some of the same things. You seek out new entrepreneurs. Like when I was getting going, I needed a mentor in finances, so I sought out like some financial planners. I needed a person who could help me in my speaking, in my talking, in my ability to communicate. So now I have a group of people that I'm a better speaker. Now I can go out and I can do a keynote. And now I have even more people coming up to me saying, "Hey, I want to do what you do. I want to talk like you talk. I want to, okay, so great." So based on where you're at, you are going to find a new circle of friends that's going to go. Now, some of those circles of friend masterminds and that kind of stuff, you might have to pay to be in those circles at first. But I promise you, those relationships that you make when you get into some of those masterminds, and now you can sit down on a Saturday night and call somebody at 11 o'clock that you know and go, "Man, I just messed up today. I did this, and this, and it did not work." I went and I spoke at a keynote, and not one person laughed. Not one person. They just stared at me. I wanted to walk off the stage like 2 minutes into it. But you can talk to somebody and say, "Oh, yeah, that happened to me too." I remember when I was in a room with three people, and all three of them
Oh
walked
my
out
God, tell me
in
about
my
it.
talk, right?
My first workshop in Singapore, and we went there and we were so excited. So the people in London told me, "Harry, we're gonna go with you to Singapore and we're gonna support you and we're gonna do speakers at least in Singapore." So when we arrived to Singapore, there were 7 people. There were more people from the team of support than actually the people in
You
the
had more
audience.
people on your support team.
My goodness. So yeah, the I think that but again, if you have someone that has been in that environment, we tell you, Brian, you see, again, it's a skill. This is just the first time. The more you practice, the better you
Yeah.
become. Even in this background, we are picturing in Singapore, and we managed to put 150 people then in a room and in our trainings and the workshop. But it didn't happen overnight. You need to do
No.
it small, and the first one was 7 people,
There
and
you
then
go.
the next one you grow a little bit, and the next one was 30 people, and the next one was 30 people, and eventually you grow and you make it. But again, being on the space that people that they are have similar goals, and at least they can encourage you and they can understand. That's why mentorship is important. That's why coaching is important, because I, this person will understand what you're going through. And I think that I was asked that, that we just become entrepreneur, what I call it by accident. Yeah, we we have a problem, we have a solution, you have no more choice. Yeah, and then now they we are in business, and we are in this path that now we need to have new friends, we need to have you work different. Yeah, still still my friends from university don't understand why I don't have an alarm clock and why my phone is on silent all the time. And I explained to them several times, and they still don't understand. They say, why when I call you, you don't pick up the phone? I said, because my phone is always on silent. Because you, if people don't want to talk to me, they text me. We book a time, and it's been in silent for 17 years because my first business, I have so many clients and so many people that if my phone was on, these people are gonna kill me. I won't have time to sleep. Everybody wants to speak with Harry, so I had to put my phone in silent. I had been in silent for 17 years, and the state my friends at university, they don't understand that they take my phone and they're techie people and they're trying to put something. So when they call me, my phone only makes tones for them. I said, look, it's not gonna happen. It's this is how it works. We want to talk. You message me. We book a time in a calendar, and we will be able to talk as much as you want. But if you, it's not gonna work. It doesn't work like this. So that okay, Brian. Let's talk a little bit more about this, about how you because again, when you're an entrepreneur, everybody's on top of you. You're making all the decisions. So how you stay positive. Yeah, I find you that you have an amazing energy, right? You're really happy and shining. So which is means that is something powerful transformation happened to you within yourself. And again, it comes from the emotional pain. When you started your first business, you see, you're new, nobody knows you, so people want to pay you little money for your services, and then your supplier maybe want to give you the product more expensive because you're nobody, just started the business, nobody knows you, and people ask you for discount and they want to pay you, and all these challenge at the beginning create this emotional pain. There is a story in your brain, but if this emotional pain um, can end up in physical pain, you can end up with cancer, with a heart attack. And how many people make millions and they have a heart attack and they die because this emotional pain have moved to a physical pain, this negative emotion. So, in what process of your journey? Yeah, I'm actually Tony Robbins is very good for that. Giving credit for this, to stay in this positive mindset and let it go the negative emotions and so on. So, when do you discover that you have to work on that? When do you discover that your mental health is important, that you are responsible for it, that you're taking more pressure than anybody else around your surrounding, but you know what? Uh, nobody nobody understand what you're going through. Nobody can guide you. So when do you took the decision that, look, I need to take care of myself? I'm a different person now with different needs, and one of the needs is that because I'm under more pressure than everybody else, I need to find alternative way to release that pressure because I want to be healthy. From this broadcast, we want all the entrepreneurs to be healthy, wealthy, and happy. And for that, they need to work on the mental health. So when do you discover that it's not only about making money, it's all about being healthy and being happy? And where do you make this transition, and which resources you have? For example, you wrote a book. This is a way, it's a gym for your mind. That's just beautiful. It's an amazing exercise for you to release all this experience, all this negative emotion, and let it go. This I strongly encourage everyone that write the book so you can let everything go. So, Brian, tell us when you took this decision.
Yeah, I love it because I got about five things that just came to my mind as you said. First, I serve an amazing God that I know I can do all things through, that is there for me in every aspect, and that I'm going to be okay no matter what. I'm going to be happy whether I'm making a lot of money, or I'm going to be happy if I'm not making a lot of money.
That's very good space to be. Very
Yeah.
good space because you know what,
So
Brian? You don't have to prove anything to anybody anymore. And
I
when
know.
you are from this space, when you live your life from this space, you won't believe how happy, how free you're gonna be, how how free you're gonna operate. So I love this one. What else?
And then the other one, when I think about money, people say money isn't everything. You don't have to have every money. I agree. Money is not everything, but it is up there with oxygen because we have to have it to do everything that we need to do. And so, if I have a choice, to either not have money or to have money, I'll pick having money all the time because it allows me to do things and serve people. Because if my job is to go out and help people become the person they need to be, I have to be able to serve people. And my prayer every single day is, dear Lord, give me the wisdom to do the things you put me on this earth to do in a way that pleases you and serves others. So as long as I'm serving another human being, I'm living in purpose. When you're living in purpose, you're super happy. Next thing that I realize is hurting people hurt people. And so you think of all the naysayers and the people who are going to say negative things about you. And usually there's something going on in their life that they have to lash out to you about. And what I realize is, if somebody says something negative to me and I'm like face to face with them, and I'll say, wow, can't believe you say that. Let me help you. What's going on in your life right now that is hurting you so bad that you would want to hurt me like that? Boom, shuts them off. We're gone. I'm not worried about it. Now, if it's a comment online, I take the same thing. Wow, you don't have any time in the day but to watch my video and tell me that you don't like the way that my lips look. Great. There's something wrong probably in your life where you don't like lips or something. I don't have time to entertain that whole negative process of you making up stuff because there's something going on in your life. And then what did I write down? Yeah, I don't even know what the last thing was that I said, as far as the emotional and being able to see who I am. I'm content in where I'm going, who I am, and who I get to help. And, like I said, being able to serve
And
others.
living from this space, you are
Yeah,
you are so you live in a way of happiness, fulfillment, and the good thing about it is that the people that will come to your environment, they connect with you, and they can sense this positive energy, and I think this is a fantastic space to be on way to be. So Brian, tell us a little bit more, if someone is in love with our conversation, how they can find you, how this process works. Tell us a little bit more about your book, what is in the chapter, how where people can buy the book. Show it to
uh,
us, but also mention the title again and everything, in case so some people listen to us in the car. So if you can mention the title and where they can buy it and what the book is about, and how they can find you, how the process works, that would be fantastic.
absolutely. So, this book here is called "There Is No Tiger," and you can get it on Amazon or wherever you like. I have a book that's coming out in 2 weeks. It's called The Decision Formula, and the Decision
Wow, I
Formula.
love the title. Love
Yeah,
the
it's
title.
five easy steps to make decisions that'll change your life, and it's all about
Wow.
there's reversible decisions, irreversible decisions. So one of the decisions, if they're going to chop off your leg, that's irreversible. You should probably take a lot of thought about it. If the decision is reversible, like, oh, can I move across country? Well, go across country. If it doesn't work out, move back. Right? That's reversible. Even relationships are pretty reversible, right? If I make a decision in this day and age, you can reverse some of that stuff. But then it also talks about what disciplines that you need to have in order to do. I kind of talked about the swimmer. It talks about loving the journey that you're going to do while you're doing it. It talks about the cost. What when I'm getting ready to make what is going to be the cost to me? Or am I going to make this decision to become an entrepreneur in this area, but I got to move to South America to do it, but I have little kids? Well, the cost is too great for move my whole family there. You're just gonna have to wait a little bit. So it's a little formula that you put together to be able to do that. I'm in the process of writing my third book, which is called Be Do Have. All of this you can find on BrianEArnold.com. That's BrianEArnold, as you can read on the screen.com. If you're listening to this, on Spotify or Apple Music or whatever it is, it's Brian, BrianEArnold.com. Everything that I do is there. You can find it. You can find coaching programs. You can find speaking programs. You want me to come as a keynote, I'll be happy to come there. Buy the books there as well. You're going to have, if you want to interact with me, even I got tons of YouTube videos that are out there. I do my own podcast. It's called Living Boldly with Purpose, and I have one for
Wow, love the title.
yeah, and then I have an exclusive one for Black men, which is called Journey to Freedom, where I'm getting ready to
Wow.
take 15 Black men to Alabama next week to learn about civil rights and how we interact and how do we move forward in this society
Wow,
where
very powerful topic.
yeah, so it is. So tons of stuff to go. Here's the thing though. I get time. I have time to do what I love to do, and what I love to do is create relationships and talk to you. The guest that I had yesterday said, I'm a lonely boy looking for connection." And so, when you think about our lives and the things that we do, we only get to do this once. And so if you're not
Absolutely.
loving life, if you're not loving the things that you do every day, we need to find you a way to do the things that you love to do because you're here to impact others. And if you're willing to serve others and impact others, the money comes afterwards. Yeah, like I said, you don't have to be worried about the money. The money will happen if you go out and do something you love, and then you find some people, some coaches that can help you be able to do it.
And with that note, thank you so much, Brian, for this broadcast, and see you guys in another episode of Unstoppable, how brave entrepreneur like Brian break the wall and achieve the first million. Bye for now.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Pleasure. Pleasure.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.